Hello guys, once again welcome to Farming in Africa, and as you guys know, this is a farming channel. But today I'm going to answer one of the questions that most of you have been asking me about why I started my farm so far away from Accra and in a town called Berekum in the Bono region. Before I go into that, I want to say a big thank you to all of you that have been supporting this channel and with your comments and everything. So I want to take you guys back and sort of share something a bit personal to me. I know on this channel I've been focusing on farming and basically showing you guys what we are doing our farm, the mistakes we do, the innovative things we do, the challenges we face, so that you guys will have the right information so that tomorrow, if you want to start a farm, you know where to start from. You can take some of our learnings and mistakes and build a better farm. And that's the purpose of this channel and why I keep on doing this, what I do. But why did I start my farm here, and why is it important for you to know this when you're buying a land, right? So I believe there are so many types of farmers out there. There are farmers who are just passionate about farming, but they have actually settled on another profession, but just due to passion or the fact that they have the capital, wants to start a farm. So I'll put that in category A. There are also farmers who are like, I'm passionate about farming, I love to farm, and I want to get myself muddy. And those will be in category B. And then the third category, which is category C, are people who just have money and they either see financial opportunity in farming, or they just love farming or whatever, and therefore has money to just throw it in and invest into farming and sit back, right? So these are the three categories. I'm going to focus this sort of conversation around the main two categories. And let me know what kind of farmer that you are in this channel, because I really want to understand you guys. So are you in category A, B, or C? Are you a farmer that is like has a profession, but you're passionate about farming, so you want to start a farming, have a manager, go once a day and come? Or are you a farmer that want to really get into it, do the actual work, which is category B? Or are you just an investor sitting back doing whatever you're doing and your money is working for you in the farming business? These are the three categories, and let me know in the comment below which one that you fall in, or that you're doing or thinking about even doing. So when we think about this category and you're thinking about going into farming or investing into a farmland or anything, these are the things you need to ask yourself, right? So a farmer, number one, which is category A, you know, you're a teacher, you're a doctor, you are, you know, you live in the US, you're doing your job there, but you always love farming, or you even see the potential in farming. If you grew up in a village like me, then you started with farming. So you have that sense of going back to it. And now with your exposure, you really want to go into farming, but you know that you are not going to leave your profession now, and therefore you want to start a farm. If you're in that category, then you're buying your land at a place where you can get a farm manager to either manage your farm, or just get people at your farm that are really going to be managing that farm for you, where you're going to visit occasionally, depending on what kind of profession you're in or where you are even in the world, right? So you do like monthly, weekly, yearly, quarterly visit. A dirty farmer who wants to go in there and get his hands dirty is somebody who is there. It doesn't mean you're there 5 days a week, but you're always there. Every project, you're supervising, you're seeing to it, you're bringing the innovation, you're really the drive of this farm, right? So if in this case, if you're buying a farmland, then you need to ask yourself, right? If you're in category A, that means that, you know, your farmland needs to be at a place where it's convenient for you to travel to, right? You can live in Accra and buy a farm at the north, where if you want to go every week, you will have to drive 10, 12 or 15 hours, or always fly, right? If you're in category B, then you really, it doesn't matter where you buy your land, because you're going to be there on the ground. So whether it's in the deepest forest, you will still be able to build your house. You can still create your small community because you're on the ground and this is your life and this is what you're doing. So there is a huge distinction between category A and B. C, you can sit anywhere, you can just, it's your money that's working. So you don't even need to be in the continent or ever visit. you don't even know what a plantain is or cassava is. All what you know is your money is in this farming business and it's growing for you. And that's why I'm focusing on A and B, right? So definitely if you're in the B category where you really want to be involved, then your location doesn't really matter. You're considering, is the price cheap? Does it have access to road, electricity, you know, the fertilizer, the soil, is it fertile, right? You're considering all those good points that you need to be able to run your farm, right? If you're in category A, then of course, for example, I know most of you are in the UK, in the US. When you're in Ghana, where do you stay? Are you in Accra? Are you from Kumasi? Are you from the Eastern region? Or are you from, you know, the Volta region? That is where you want to have your farm, because mostly you're in country or you're in your village and you go there for a week. You want to be closer to your farm. You can have your farm, you know, in Bono region, but when you come to Ghana, you stay in Ashanti region. Then the distance counts, right? So now that you guys understand and can make this decision, personally to me, very early stage when I was in the US and studying, I started a school in my home village, right? This is where I grew up. And basically it was my way of giving back to the community that have raised me. So I built this school about 6 years ago, where, you know, this small building you're seeing here on my left is the structure that we started with. 3 classrooms, started with 120 students, and over the years have been building it up, and now you see the structures that you see here. The nursery block you see here educates kids from 2 years all the way to KG1, right? So 2 to 4 years. And some of these 4-year guys are some of the smartest people that I've actually met, right? They are now very exposed, they are learning, they are eager and excited to learn, right? And then we have the primary block, which is from KG2 all the way to grade 1, then from grade 1 upwards, and so on and so forth, right? So this was such a big and passionate project for me after I've gone to the States and realized how important education is and wanted to do the same in my community. So I started this, and through this started the farm. And therefore, when I wanted to go into farming, I knew that this project is forever going to tie me to this community and this village. And therefore, there is no need in having a farm in the Volta region or Cape Coast, because then what do I have to do? Spread myself thin by going to Cape Coast next week, coming here next week, which is a lot of resources and also time that I don't have. And therefore, I chose to do my farming here. That is my reason personally. So even though I'm not a fully in farmer where I'm doing every single day farming, I know that I'm at least will come here once a week, twice a week, right? And when I come, at least it's valuable because I'm spending some time at the school and also some time at the farm, which balances it. And as you guys can see, we're actually doing a massive project here, which is really, as you guys know, draining my pocket. The good thing is I bought most of these materials during COVID, and now we are doing, but it's still very, very tight and it's not easy. And that's why most of my farming projects are not moving as fast as I want, because my class, the school is growing and I need to build more infrastructures. And that's why you see all this development going. But basically, this is very personal to me. I don't know the ties you have to your village, to your home, to your country, you know, that you're thinking about going back to. But this is one of the reasons why I chose to actually do my farming here. Aside the fact that also, you know, the land was cheaper than buying it in Accra or anywhere closer. And personally, one day when I'm old enough, I don't want to be living in Accra. I want to be living in my forest, feeding my chicken, chasing my goats, and living that kind of life. So that is also something that I'm investing in when I'm old, right? So that's the kind of life I know I want to live. I don't want to live in the US. I don't want to live in the city. I want to be able to live a very nature life, simple life. Maybe that's not for you, but if that's for you, that should contribute to where you choose to start your program. I hope this is helpful, guys, but this is a bit of me, and this is an answer to the question most of you have been asking, why I chose to start a farm all the way in Bono. So if it is helpful for you, give us a thumbs up, but write in the comment and let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.